Hi everyone, Nancy Novak here, Facebook Live Day. I'm so happy to be here with you. Tonight I am going to make an Easter card and a little Easter treat with Reese's peanut butter cups. So I'm just going to get started right now. Let's get going. Okie doke. So this is the card I'm going to show you, or I'm going to demo tonight. I actually posted this on my blog and elsewhere probably about a month ago, but I never demoed it, so I want to show you how to make this. It's really cute. This is kind of the tricky part right here. It's not tricky, but it's something that you'll want to see how to do. And then I've got these cute little Easter hats, Easter bonnets. Remember that song? What was that song? I can't remember. But look, I made them out of Reese's peanut butter cups. So simple, but they are so cute. So I use the sprig punch and the little bitty blooms punch. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So I made 3 of them in different colors. And let's see what else. Today I posted this little video on my Facebook page, and I'm going to talk about this. I'm not sure if we'll make it. It's so simple. I'll show you the basics of it. But it's the little safety suckers. And it looks like a little bunny with his little ears there. Isn't that cute? So this card here, let me see. So Fable Friends stamp set is one that we're going to use. We're going to use the Easter greeting sentiment and the cute bunny. I just love this bunny. He's very, very popular. And we're going to cut one little, punch one little butterfly out. This one right here. And I'm using the rectangle framelits. So I'm using, I have these sizes. I'm using 3 3/4 if you measure from top to bottom, 3 1/4, and this little guy here is 1 3/4. I use that one for the sentiment. So the big one was used for the yellow mat, and this one was used for the white stamping piece, and this one was used for the sentiment. So you get so many rectangles when you get this set. It's really very, very useful set. Use it for all kinds of cards and little projects. Okay, so anyway, this is a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And I have a piece of Whisper White, and I have saffron, and here are the little pieces that I cut out of the rectangles. And then I have a scrap piece that we're going to stamp on. And what I want to do first is show you how I did this little edge here, this little half frame. What's nice about this is you don't have to use a whole piece of paper. You don't have to waste a whole piece of paper. And if you're going to make several of these, you can mass produce them. So you just take your 12 by 12 piece of paper and you cut several of them out. And I have a scrap. I'm going to show you how I did that. Very simple. This was the butterfly paper, so it started off being 12 by 12. You can do it with anything, any size paper you want. So I brought in this little scrap piece of paper to show you. And all I'm going to do is, this is a 3/4 inch strip. So I am placing the right edge at 3/4, and then I'm going to look over here at my 3/4 mark right here, and that's where I'm going to start. I'm kind of off angle, so it's hard for me to see. Let's see if I can, yep. So I start at 3/4. I'm going to take it all the way down. Let me move this up a little bit. I'm going to take it down to 10 1/4, which is 3/4 from the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it at 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to start. I'm going to look over here at my little gauge, and I'm going to start it at 3/4 of an inch and bring it on down to 3/4 of an inch. This is 8 1/2, so it'll be 7 3/4. Okay, so then this is what you end up with, this piece here, and then this piece here, I did it again and again and again. So I had a class, so I had to make several of them. So I just put this piece in there, and I did the same thing. I started at 3 1/4, and I went down to 3 1/4 and turned it, and I did the same thing. So I kept going till it got smaller and smaller. And then all you have to do is, this piece here is 5.5. This piece here is 5.5, and this is 4 1/4. So I just marked it at 5.5, like this. And then I marked this piece at 4 1/4. Sticking. That's how you do it. So that's kind of a nice way, instead of using up, instead of covering up a whole piece of paper, right? Okay, let's continue. So this matte piece is going to fit right here, and this is the white piece that's going to fit right here, and I embossed this in the basket weave embossing folder. So let's attach that right now. Bring in my snail. And I will have the sizes of all these pieces, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it right now. So this goes right up in the corner. I love this layout. It's really kind of different, just slightly different, Where's that little piece too? And so another thing, you can lay it down this way. If this wasn't here, you could lay it down. Some of the pieces are going to have that kind of a border instead. When you'll find it if you keep cutting and cutting and cutting, some of the pieces aren't going to all fit this. You'll see what I mean, but some of them are going to fit up there in the other corner. Okie doke. So now what I'm going to do on this piece and this piece is I'm going to stamp my little bunny. And I'm going to stamp them in Memento. So I've got them cut out already, but I just want to show you. So we're going to stamp the bunny there, and we're going to cut him out. We're going to fussy cut him, which I've already done. And we're going to stamp the bunny on this one. The reason I'm stamping him again here is I want his whiskers to show when we get all done. And you'll see what I mean in a second. So before I do this, I'm going to take my grass, and let's see, do I want lemon? I'm going to use Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to stamp some grass on here with the little stamp from the Fable Friends. Just kind of stamping it all over. It's very, the bunny covers most of it up, but I do want a little bit of grass there. Okay, now I'm going to stamp my bunny again on that little rectangle. And this is just for the whiskers. Okay, so my little cutout bunny, I'm going to color him in a second. He's going to go right here, and that way we can still see the whiskers. Okie doke. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my butterfly punch, and I just want the little butterfly. So I'm just going to bring in my punch so I can see, so I know that I need to, I'm going to do it this way. So I know that I need to punch that butterfly right there so I can punch him out. If I punched him someplace else, I wouldn't be able to get my punch in there. Okay. And I think before I punch him out, I'm going to color him in. And I'm going to color him in with the Granny Apple Stampin' Blend. Okay. And then I'm going to punch him out. I'm going to put a middle on him, a little black line. Woo! Wee! Doesn't. As soon as I find it again, I just had it in my hand. Here we go. So I'm going to use the memento, and I'm going to stamp right here on the back of this and give him the little black center. So there he is. He is all ready to go. So now I'm going to bring in a scrap to color on. Hold on one second. And I'm going to color him in Crumb Cake. And I'm using the dark Crumb Cake. I like the dark bunny. I've seen him in all different colors, but I like the dark one. I think he looks like Peter Rabbit. And I'm going to use my white Stampin' Blend, and I will lighten up a couple of spots here and there. Color in his hands. I think I'll use the light Crumb Cake. I'll bring in my white first. I want to lighten up his face just a little bit. So this is the white Stampin' Blend, and it just lifts off a little bit of that color. What I'm going to do is tummy in the light Crumb Cake, light Crumb Cake. Cute guy. And then I'll color his jacket in the Granny Apple Green. And we'll put just a little bit of pink on his ears. Ooh, pretty. He's a good looking bunny. Awesome. Okay, so now all we gotta do is put this card together. Stamp one more thing right there. Bring in the memento again, and I am gonna do Easter greetings. Okay, now we just have to put it all together. So I am going to pop that up. I'm popping everything up. So put some dimensions on this piece right here. Guy's going to go right there. He's going to be popped up right there. So I'm just covering that up so now I can still see his whiskers. I put him on a mini dimension, a little baby dimension. Yep, that's what fits perfectly. So put that right there. I'm going to put this one up here. So it's going to go right there. So I need a dimension there and a dimension on this corner here. Put a little snail here. But he's going to stick with those dimensions just fine. And bring in my ribbon. Just tie a little bow. Uh-oh, that bow just came totally undone. Okay. Glue that. I'm going to use a lot of glue dots on my next little project. I'm just going to put this right here, this little bow. There you go. Isn't that cute? This is a cute little trick. I love that. So there we go. We have two of them. Yep. Okie doke. Hope you like that. This next one is going to be so easy. You're going to laugh. You're going to go, wow, is that easy? So bring in some Reese's. So the Reese's come in all colors. We've got pink and blue. I'm looking for a green, oh, gold. Boy, these smell good. Wish you could smell them through the video. Ooh, there we go. Then I'm going to bring in a piece of lemon lime, and I use the Starburst punch. You could also use the 2-inch circle punch. So that's going to be the brim. And then I used a 1-inch punch, circle punch. And then I brought in the basket weave embossing folder, and I embossed them both. I ran them through the Big Shot just like that. And this is what they look like, so pretty. And I also used the petal punches. These petal punches are, hang on a second, they're Bitty Blooms Punch Pack. There's 4 of them. They're in the Occasion catalog, and they're on page 25. So you get 4 of them, and they go with the Bloom by Bloom stamp set. But I use them all the time by themselves. They're great for adding little flower accents to whatever you have going on. Just like these little babies here. See? Let's see this one. You can probably see this one better. But this one I use the swirl punch on, or the swirl embossing folder, but I like the basket weave better. So brought in a dimension. Just put it on the bottom of the Reese's. That's how I attached it. And then this one, I just used a glue dot because I didn't want it too popped up. My glue dots are almost gone. So I put a couple of glue dots on here. Make sure your glue dots are in the middle, not too close to the edge, because the 1-inch circle is just a little bit bigger than that Reese's cup. And then, where are my scraps? So I'm using a lot of the in colors that are going to be retiring. So I use the Fresh Fig for my for the sprig. As soon as I can find, here's the sprig punch. So I just punched out 2. Well, I just punched it once and I got 2. So we're going to use that. And then, let's see, look at the different flowers. You get 3 different flowers. So this is the Berry Burst in color. And then with this punch, it's a leaf and it's a little tiny circle. And I use that for the inside of my flower. And glue dots. So I'll pick up that little circle. Fits perfectly underneath that glue dot, or a glue dot fits perfectly underneath it. And then I cut this little sprig in half and I shortened it. And put a glue dot on the sprig. Put it on the leaf. Put it down near the bottom. And then I added my little bow. I used, I think this is, let's see, it's 1/4 inch, some type of ribbon that I had extra. And then I added a couple of glue dots to the little flower. Probably only need one, but I want to make sure it's stuck, so I put 2 on because you're attaching it to ribbon. And that's it. Can you see it? How cute it is. Cute, huh? Darling, darling. So good way to use up your scraps, easy peasy. And then lastly, let me clear a spot here. These little guys. These are they're simple, but if you have somebody to help you hold it together, it's easier. So I just got some little little pom-poms, and I got a glue dot stuck on me. So what I actually did was I cut off the top of the paper. I don't like to give candy away if it's not wrapped. I just feel like the person probably doesn't want to eat it and these suckers are stuck in here. So that's what happened with my other one too. I want to shorten this paper. So if it's not going to come out, you just have to trim it down. Okay, so I got the sucker in the paper. I'll do it the same way. Don't cut off those bunny ears. All right, so now it's still in the paper. And one side has printing and one side is blank. So I took my glue dots and I stuck them together. So I'm putting it on the outside there. Looking for my paper snips. So I put a couple of glue dots there to hold these two suckers together. And when you put the second one on, see that there's printing on this side and no printing on that side. So I'm putting the print side of the paper together. Kind of angle it so his ears are going to be like that. And then, and there is no simple, there's no easy way, there's no right way to do this. You just take some saran wrap, kind of lay it in here. And then I folded it up. As I said, it's easier when somebody's helping you because this thing slides around a lot. So I did that. and I fold it up the sides. And do I have any ribbon around here? Let's see. Oh, I do. I have ribbon right here. So again, if someone's holding this sucker for you, it's a lot easier to do this. You can't pull too hard or his ears will come together, and we want him to be a little bit separated. You can play with the bow. And then on the back, I actually used a dimension. I'm going to use, let's see if I can find them on my messy desk. I'm going to use a couple of the little baby ones, but you could use a glue dot if you want. I just want to make sure it sticks. Look at that, isn't that cute? Okay, this stuff here though, you got to trim away. So I said you just kind of take that saran wrap and put it on, and when you get done, any extra that you have up here at the top, you can just cut away. Isn't that cute? This is so cute. I love it. So let's see here. That's it. What do you think? Fun, huh? I love making little candy treats. So much fun. So give them to my coworkers and my family. We're gonna have Easter at my sister-in-law's, so I'm gonna make a couple of things for Easter dinner, put on the plates or next to the plates, you know. So anyway, hope you enjoyed tonight's projects. If you do, please let me know by leaving a comment and maybe sharing, but definitely come back next week. I can't wait. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm excited. I'm always excited to make something for you guys and show you what it's like. So if you have any questions, you can Facebook message me. So you just click on my name and message will come up, and you can type in your comment there, or you can just leave your comment right here. I always go back and read them. You can visit my blog, stampandshout.com, and that's about it. So until next week, don't be shy. Stamp and shout.